Hello, good day and welcome to Ubuntu Football. My name is Awah. Today we are going to have a quick preview of the much anticipated Group C game between Cameroon and Senegal. Coming into this game, Cameroon has already been written off by most of the bookies, and Senegal are obviously top favorites to lift the trophy again for the second time in a row. Now, I am hoping that by the end of this video, you would have made your mind up about what tactical dispositions Coach Rigobert Song could use to overcome the Senegalese. Now, straight into this game, Senegal comes into this game in very fine form, having won 5 of their last 8 games as opposed to Cameroon's 2. Now, in terms of head-to-heads between these two teams, they have played 8 times in the last 30 years. Cameroon has an edge, winning 4, losing 3 to Senegal, and both teams playing out a draw on 1 occasion. Now, when coaches prepare teams for any game, really, they tend to look at their strengths and weaknesses and also the strengths and weaknesses of their opponents. Now, as you would have noticed, Senegal during its first game against the Gambia deployed a 3-4-3 system. What that means is their game was accentuated in midfield. So Senegal hoped to outnumber their opponent's midfield. They wanted to dominate the midfield. They wanted to build their game in the midfield, and they wanted to be the team that would pick up most of the second balls in the midfield. So whoever conquered the midfield had the game won. And Senegal scored all its 3 goals from midfielders. So what Cameroon needs to do today, most importantly, is to match Senegal in midfield. Cameroon cannot afford to let Senegal have more numbers in midfield than Cameroon because they are not Burundi and they are not Guinea. Because when Cameroon played Burundi in Yaoundé more recently, Burundi outnumbered Cameroon in the midfield in the first half, and Cameroon had difficulties. Whilst Coach Rigobert Song did not change his tactical disposition on that day, what he did was made his team play differently in the second half, very high up the pitch, but maintaining their positions and pressing Burundi into making errors. However, he cannot do that today because Senegal is just going to unpick Cameroon. So he has to match Senegal in midfield. What are the options available to him? Coach Rigobert Song might decide to play 3-5-2. In that situation, he might have to bring in Enzo or Chamade on the right-hand side and just have Castelletto right behind them. Or he might decide to go 4-4-2, stick with the same players, but changing his formation so that he has 4 midfielders to play with. Or he might go 4-4-4-1-1, or he might go 4-1-4-1. There are different ways in which he might do that. What we do know is he must match Senegal in midfield, otherwise we're going to have difficulties. On the other hand, he might want to do a similar thing to Nigeria yesterday, where Nigeria added a defender in midfield. But when you actually looked at the game, the defender was playing in defense. So Nigeria were playing 5 in defense, 4 in midfield, and 1 in attack, which is the reason why Iwobi was playing so deep. Now, like I said, we have been written off by Cameroon has been written off by all the bookies. So what have we got to lose? What is most important is that Cameroon cannot afford to lose this game, because you never know what's going to happen in the Guinea-Gambia game, which will be played at the same time. You can imagine a scenario where the Gambia overcomes Guinea. It can happen. Or the 2 teams play out a draw. That means the Cameroon and Gambia game, which is the last game of the group, a draw is out of the question. One team would have to win. Obviously, I know Cameroon will have the edge, but you just never know in football. So what I am predicting today is that Coach Rigobert Song is going to make some changes. I do not know how, but it's for certain that I am very sure that Onana is going to come in today. One of the things the population or people, the fans have asked is for Magri to move into the center. That's something Coach Rigobert Song can do. And if he decides to do that, then I'm very sure he might have to switch Toko Ekambi and Kudu, so that Kudu goes to the right and Toko Ekambi goes to the left, so that Toko Ekambi can cut in and have a pop and go, because he likes doing that. He's not a crosser. He is not trained to play that way. So I am hoping that we would have Onana in goal and that we might have the same back 4, but switch it to back 3 and push the left back, Yongwa, up as a wing back and bring in Chamade, so that we're going to have Wu, Mukudi and Castelletto in center defense. Now, who is going to be the center one, I do not know, but most likely Wu. Now, midfield, I think, needs to just stay the same the way it is. Like I said, the 3, and then you're going to have the 2 wing backs, and then you have the 3 up front. So let's see how it goes. Sorry, it's going to be 2 up front if we play 3-5-2. So it's going to be 2 up front. They're going to have to shed somebody. I do not know who that is going to be. But that will be, for me, the best formation for Cameroon to take into this game against Senegal. 3-5-2. Otherwise, we're going to go 5-4-1. Either way, something's got to give, because Cameroon needs to match Senegal in midfield. I predict that the game is going to end up in a draw anyway. It's going to end up in a draw like most Senegal versus Cameroon games. So I am predicting a 0-0 in this one. Both teams are going to nullify each other. However, I am hoping that Cameroon can overcome Senegal despite the odds favoring Senegal. So my prediction, 0-0 or 1-0 for Cameroon. If Cameroonian players are able to execute instructions strictly as given to them by their manager. I know psychologically Senegal knows that Cameroon can overcome them, which is why El Hadji Diouf has gone out to the media and start talking and saying things about Cameroon, because he wants to get into the head of Cameroonians. But Cameroon is already naturally in the head of every team in Africa, because when you face the Lions, you know that today you've got your work cut out. Whether it's players that you think are very good or not good, the Lions are the Lions. They will always cause you trouble, like in 2017. So, like I said, I predict a very tight and cagey game. Please let me know in the comment section what you think, what sort of formations you think Coach Rigobert Song might use, what changes he might make. And please, thank you for watching, and do share, do like. Let's grow this platform and make it the place to be. I depend on your trust, and I hope to bring you quality analysis. Thank you very much for watching, and see you soon. Thank you. Bye-bye.